Cool, we're live. So, let me take this stuff out. Let me check one thing as well. Give you guys a second to join. There we go. So, I wanted to do a live unboxing PS5, because why not? And talk a little bit about it. So this one came from Walmart. It's hard to get them, I know. I definitely understand. Struggled to get the pre-order for this, and I'll take this out of the outer box in just a second. I've not touched it. Went from FedEx to the store, and funny enough, I noticed on the back of the box. I'm not going to keep this, by the way, but I did find this funny. It says a PS5. So immediately I thought, well, that's just too convenient. If someone was wanting to know what's in here, immediately I'm like, I don't like that. I mean, from a security standpoint, I would not like that because it says what's in here. Maybe it's because it's launch day. Maybe they were prioritizing. I just thought that was interesting. On we go. So, trusty little Swiss Army knife. These things are the best, by the way. Take out my receipt that I threw in there. And here we go. Giant PS5 coming at you. Love the box here. It's over here. There it is. Play like never before. I'm gonna move out my stuff, by the way. I grabbed a couple of accessories, as you can see. Move those out of the way just so we get a little bit more room here. So, lots of accessories, but play like never before. Here's the front. Actually, that looks like that was the back. So there you have your Wi-Fi router design. The thing is giant. This is the regular edition, by the way. Some people joking calling it the pregnant edition because this kind of bulges out just a little bit for the disk drive, just slightly. Everything else, by the way, was designed with the disk drive in mind. Oh, here you got on the front, by the way, as I'm not going to zoom in right there, but that's a 8K, 4K 120, HDR is the 8K. We'll see if anything hits that. 4K at 120, so those are your benchmarks. Get you a little bit closer there. Those are the benchmarks that that Sony was trying to shoot for with this. It does not mean that's what it's going to be. That just means that's what they want to hit. It all depends on the developer, people. All depends on the developer. But here we go. Let's take this out. So taking out the inner box. Inner box, nothing special. So I've seen some unboxing of the Xboxes, and they were much nicer. So this is sleek, I guess I should say. It is PlayStation symbol right there. So it's not. It's just there. I mean, I guess they were thinking, who's gonna look at this later, right? Who's actually gonna go through their box later? I don't know. But to me, this is part of the experience. Little instructions there and telling you how to remove the box from the box. So let's do that. And it just says slide it out. Nope. That's funny. Okay, so it had instructions, but it didn't tell me there's an upper box. The upper box has... Okay. Upper box has our DualSense controller, which we'll look at in a bit. But there's your DualSense controller. Nice. It's the first time having hands on it, and oh yeah, okay. That's pretty nice. Very premium feel. First time I had my hands on it. It's comfortable. It's immediate. It's very familiar. It's not something that you're going to look at and go, I don't like it. Wife is looking now and smiling as I am unboxing live. So about to pull it out, so we'll go through this real quick. This is the user guide stuff, which of course I will scour and look through and geek out on. And a power cable. Yeah, same power cable, by the way, that the PS3 uses. I want to say the Xbox uses this. PS4 Pro does not. PS4, I think, does. USB. By the way, we're in USB-C territory here. This is a very small thing for a lot of you, but for me it's a very big thing, as everything in my living room will now USB-C, which the wife will be very happy about, because we won't have 16 different types of cables. She's giving me a thumbs up. We'll have USB-C, and that also powers our phones. And, oh, okay, so this is HDMI. We have HDMI cable. Specification on it says... Share doesn't. I'm looking for the specification. Just says HDMI cable. It doesn't give me. I'll have to look. Maybe I'm missing something on that. But these should be super high speed, if I'm not mistaken. Now that we're done with that inner box, oh, and that's the other thing which will come into play in just a moment, which is the stand. This thing is one of the coolest designs ever. There's our, I don't know how to rotate. How do you rotate this? Oh, is that how you do it? So there's a rotation, like so. It's actually using this here and holding this while you rotate this. And this is all black, so it's kind of hard to see. You kind of push this while you're holding the back plate, and it will rotate. And there you have a spot for the screw, or I guess in this case you have the screw is ready. So depending on how you I almost said store, depending on how you have the PS5, that will come in handy in two different ways. It's not something to throw away, people. And here we have the big moment. Here's the big moment. Wife watching on and patient. Move the outer box out of the way. This thing, is it empty? It's empty anyways. Here we go. Boom. Boom. It is massive. They ain't lying. It is giant. But there it is. So you have, I believe that this is how it's supposed to be set. I'll have to double check. That is the technical way to put it down. If you're doing it horizontally and then vertically, I believe is this with the stand. Yeah, it's that. I'll double check that. And you can work on the stand. So size comparison to the PS4 Pro. Size comparison is here. That's PS4 Pro. And here, PS5. So you've got a good 3.5, 4 inches in the vertical. It is fatter as well, much fatter. I'll put this right in front so you can see. That's kind of not the best way to see it. There we go. It's just a little bit fatter, right about ½ inch or so. But yeah, it looks great. The textures, by the way, let me move my. Love you, PS4 Pro. You're still going to get used. The textures on this, by the way. Let's bring it down here. Indent the PlayStation symbol here. It's nice, pretty. It's indented. And someone said that there were little tiny PlayStations around. I guess I'm not seeing them. Little tiny PlayStation symbols. I'm probably missing them. So let's talk about the back real quick. Got your power. So power, HDMI out, Ethernet, which is still great to use. 2 USB 3.1, USB-A 3.1 high speed right there. That's in the back and the front. That's your eject and your power. So very hard to see there, but you have an eject button, and a power button, if I'm not mistaken. They're different sizes, but also, so here you have another USB-A. I believe this one is 3.1. One of these is super speed. I'll have to double check that. And then we have a USB-C charger right there. So now the USB, the controller being USB-C right here. So unlike the Xbox, has internal battery, which is the same with the PS4. And the cable that they gave us is a USB-A to USB-C. Still fine. If you have a C to C, I'm sure that'll work too. But yeah, very happy about that. It feels really good. This feels really good. This is what I'm going to interact with, obviously, more than anything else. It is a behemoth, though. It is the biggest console ever. Fans, by the way, are right here. You guys have probably all seen this already. And let's see how easy it is to take off these faceplates. Is there a trick to it? It's gotta be this way, right? Alright, maybe I will, I'll do that later. I thought it would just pop off. Let's Google it. Why not? Google. It says lifting, and sliding off. Lifting. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Lifting. Come on. Oh, we go this way. I think. Alright, I'm not going to struggle on this. They are replaced, they're removable, replaceable. Not replaceable. So there were people selling these online, by the way. People selling the faceplates. They were, I guess, 3D printing them or something, and Sony shut them down. Now that doesn't mean that, excuse me, doesn't mean that Sony's going to make their own. I would like them to make their own, but I don't necessarily think that's gonna happen. Robert saying Brave trying to take off the faceplate. Well, I'm gonna look online to see how it's done. I want to be able to do it for cleaning purposes. This has, I believe, 2 vent holes in it that they said you can use to vacuum out dust. So having easy access to that, I think, is important. Also, to expand the internal storage on this, the SSD storage, you have to get inside here. So it's secure. I'll put it that way. It's secure on the system. Hopefully it's still snug and secure if you remove it the first time. I hope it is, as long as you don't put, I guess, too much force on it. I just figured, there it goes. Okay, so don't, it's not going to hurt you. It came off way easier. This is the corner with the PlayStation. Just take it, give it a little bit of pressure, and I gave it a little more pressure than I thought I'd given it. But there you go. So this is the, I don't know which side. I'm gonna call this the top. I'm gonna call this the top because when I've seen people have it horizontal, I believe the disc is on the bottom. Again, it's my first time actually having it in my hands. So call that the top. The top has vacuumable here. This is a port that you can vacuum. I don't think this doesn't look like it. This one here really does anything. So that's actually, yeah, I don't see the lip for the NVMe. So I believe this is not that side. I'll double check though. There's your fan. It's giant as well. This whole thing is giant, man. So I was cautious on the first one removing it. I'm being cautious on this one because I'm pretty sure the NVMe is on this side. Come on. right? Because the I haven't watched the unboxing video in forever, but I don't see the slots and the there was a tray, if I'm not mistaken. That's not it. There was like a cover that you unscrew and that pops off for the NVMe storage. I'm assuming this one comes off too, right? I'll break it. I mean, I just got it, but at the same time, I want to know. Okay, that's going to help me understand how they go on. They slide there. Okay, so that means it should come this way. There it goes. That's all you have to do to understand. So there's your pro tip, and this is the side I was thinking of. Okay, so the pro tip: if you have the PlayStation button, PlayStation symbol here, you're gonna hold it there and pull towards you as the inserts, what do we call these nodules, go vertical, if you will, vertical. Yeah, that way. So they go in that way, so you need to pull it this way. All right, so now we have, I think this is the tray for the NVMe. Or this is the tray. Of course, I didn't get my tiny screwdrivers out. Darn, I don't have my precision one. Be right back. Can't find my precision, but I got my bit set. By the way, if you don't have one of these, like these sets and one of these screwdrivers, this is not magnetized, by the way. Total that and a bit set, a drill bit set. Game changers, people. Game changers. You don't have to have like 15 or 20 of screwdrivers laying around. So here we go. Where is my... Oh, I have my Swiss Army knife again. Use it to pry it up just a little bit. Come on. There you go. Cool. So now we have the NVMe slot. So this... There it is. For you looking at home, that is the actual NVMe interface right here. I like that it's the size is there's some of them are slightly smaller, slightly larger. This is going to take any NVMe size. However, you have to have one that is rated properly for the PS5. I can't remember that offhand. I'm going to link it. I'm going to mention it in the description down there. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, link the screwdriver. I'll shout out on that too. Yeah, I'll link one of these because these and I have the screwdriver set and a drill bit set. These things are life changers. So, anyways, you also have, I believe, I've not used NVMe. I'll admit my computer has a solid state drive, but it's a SATA 3. So having this is going to be a game changer for me. This is going to expand your internal space, internal solid state drive, essentially. The Xbox version is also NVMe. It has. I'm going to check the speed rating on the external storage for Xbox. I'm assuming that, from what I've heard, it doesn't have any difference in regards to speed. and people are still getting the high speed out of the same speed, same load times out of their external drive, as well as their internal, I should say, expandable storage, not an external USB drive. Both the PlayStation and Xbox support that. PlayStation doesn't support it at launch. Right now, this slot, by the way, is disabled. So if you get the correct NVMe, you can't use it. By the way, there are a lot of people I saw online not getting correct NVMe solid-state drives, looking online and saying, "Oh, well, I just snagged this one for like $90 or $80 or something," and it's not. I think it's what is it? Is it M2? Again, I'll put it in the description when this goes up on, and I'll pin a message on our Facebook as well. Believe it's M2 is a specific rating, specific speed rating. It's the newest generation of NVMe. I'm not going to go further than this right now because the next step is a little bit harder to get into, and I think it voids the warranty. I'm going to double check on that because I believe it voids the warranty if I go any further. That is to take this further apart to look at the actual board, the actual solid-state drive, the 3 solid-state drives and the control chip that controls in the CPU, all that kind of stuff. If I wanted to look at that, look at the fan, and take anything like that out, I believe I void my warranty in doing that. So I'm not going to do that at this time. Like I said, the plates, once you realize how to take them off, they're not bad. You just need to give it. So what I was doing is I was pulling out. And what you need to do is you need to pull out, and towards you. Like, I just did it, but yeah, like, I'm trying to be careful with this thing. PlayStation symbol, and then pull it. Come on. It's snug. I'll give him that. There it goes. So it's like, it's slightly out, but it's more back towards you. It's secure. I'll admit that. I'm not going to do that repeatedly because I do not want to ruin the integrity of the plates. I love the look of this, by the way, but I am still thinking about. Gotta put that back. I'm still thinking about third party, or if Sony ends up selling them, getting a black cover on this. This looks pretty. It's great. It's a great design choice, but it's very different. It's, so my console's out in the living room. Right now it's an Xbox One X. It'll soon be an Xbox Series X. Shout out to Robert for helping out with that, as my pre-order is not coming in on time, and he had the hookup for that, so he's going to help me out, make sure that gets to me quicker. So really helpful on that. I really appreciate it. I'll probably shout out you on the show as well later tonight. But now that I've done that, and I have to do this again, I'll probably get the third party or a first party black faceplates. And you know what? You can do a step further. Honestly, Sony needs to do this. Xbox is really good about their custom controllers, but Sony, you could do a black faceplate. I know you're probably waiting, let everyone get used to this cool new look. Maybe 6 months from now or so. Don't wait till next holiday, but you could come out with a black one. Come out with a black one, a red one, a blue one, a pink one. The black one's going to be the most popular. It's going to make the console black on black. It's sleek. It also looks good with any other electronics because black's kind of the default when it comes to electronics other than Apple products. So to me, I think that black's going to sell like crazy. I love this look, but black will sell like crazy. And as I said, there's a third-party shop that was selling them before this even launched. There's a third-party shop that was selling black faceplates. Actually, I think they were selling multiple colors. Sorry, black was just obviously the most popular, but they were selling red, and blue, and green, and they got shut down by Sony. And look at that. If Sony knows what they're doing, and they know what they're doing, but Sony, if you want to make some money, you want to make some serious green right now, get these out. Faceplates, interchangeable faceplates at different colors. I mean, honestly, I like the texturing. I probably wouldn't want to ruin it, or sell them blank, sell them completely blank. Give me a blank one of these that I can paint, that I can decorate. I could totally see people. If you wanted this to be like your centerpiece, right? You want people to go, oh wow, how cool would it be? I just realized there's a little. Is that a screen? Oh, you know what? Is that a screen? I totally didn't notice. When looking right on, I don't see it. But look at, looks like there's a display there or something. I don't see a sticker. Unless there's a sticker. I don't see a peel. There's no peel. That's the other thing. This didn't have any peels on it at all. Like the what do they call it? Cellophane plastic things. That looks like a display. I'm gonna have to look up, but I totally couldn't see that looking right at it. Totally didn't see that. I'm wondering if that's a display and I just didn't know. I'm feeling it. There's no. It's slick. It's integrated. Whatever it is. So if I angle it, it's the same. Oh no, it's not the display. You guys can laugh at me. Don't worry about it. Don't even put it in the comments. I may have to edit that crap out. That's a reflection, dumbass. I was like, it looked like so like it looked perfect. I'm not gonna edit that out because that's just hilarious. It looked like it was like its own like display section there, and I was like, I can't tell what's going on. Yeah, I'm totally excited about this. The front is sleek. You know what I have not done is I've not tried this with the stand, so I guess I'll do that real quick. So the stand, as I will have it, will be horizontal. So they said, in doing so, you're going to take the console, move it to this position, press down. I don't know if it needs to be in the, it needs to be over here. I'm sure this is in the instructions as well, but I'm not reading instructions right now. Yeah, it needs to be further as I do this terribly. There we go. So as it gets thinner over here, we're going to put this over here. That balances it out. I'm assuming it goes right about here. The console kind of caves in a little bit there in a good way. Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure I did that right. And now, yeah. I saw some people like joking about it bouncing a lot. It's not bouncing a lot. If I take it off, that's what happens. Slide it up. So literally just push it up a little bit. That's about 3/4. What is that? 1, 2. So 4/5, if you will. Right in the back. So here's the back view of that. It's subtle. It's you don't even notice it. You don't even notice that it's on its stand. Obviously, from the front, you can't tell at all, and it's stable. I mean, that's stable to me. I saw some people joking saying it wasn't stable, but stable for me. So let's test it vertical, just in case you do want to bring it vertical. Again, we'll hold this with the plate here and pull that way. So. There we go. So it's you kind of slide it. You can even do it with one hand, but it's the pressure between this back plate and the top. This piece is a separate, so it actually rotates like a lazy Susan. And then, boom, there's your screw. Did they screw it in? Who does that? It's screwed in. This is why you use that bit set that I mentioned, because this is a flathead screw. I think people were joking on that, saying like if you don't have a screwdriver, you can totally use, but you can use like a quarter. I mean, you could, you totally could. I would not, because I'd be afraid that I'd scratch it. But I don't know how they did this. Like, it's in there. Is it? Oh, I'm like prying it to get the screw out. I don't know if anybody else had this trouble. There it goes. Okay, so there's a small hole. So there's the hole. Sorry, there's the slot that it goes in. There it goes. So that's fully opened and clicked. And then I'm going to go really close. There's a slot here. This is going to be really terrible without actual... You know, I may do a separate video where I actually show my hands like opening this up. But there's a place to put the screw, and then you can press it in just a little bit to secure it even more. And in this case, it was very secure. Doesn't seem like it's as tight as it was before. Can't be just me, right? Can't be just me being stupid. Probably just me being stupid. Up and yeah. So if you open it so it's not quite, if you're having trouble with the screw, open it so it's not quite clicked to flush, and then you can take your screwdriver and just kind of push just a little bit on the bit right there. I don't know if anybody else has trouble like this, like I do, but there. Push it out like this, so that way you push the screw out, and then it gets loose. I had way more trouble than that than I should have. So now rotate it so it is closed now. Keeps the dust from coming in, and we're going to put here it is. Your screw is going to go right here. There is a small. There it is. I'm not going to have it vertical, but I'm just going to do this for the show. There's a small piece that I need to pry off. Little plastic piece that you'll totally lose. And, by the way, open this up and put that little piece right here. This is what I didn't show, because I forgot about it. So in the section for your screw, let me open it up. There you go. Right here is where there's a little indentation here where the screw goes, right there. Sorry, there. It goes this way. But right here, there's a little indentation where we can put, it's black on black again, but that is the cover. The cover that holds the cover that covers the screw top here. So pop that here. It's now in place. You can rotate again, like, come on, like so. There we go. Sturdy, well designed. Now take the base and the screw. Base, screw, put the screw through the base like so. Where we got it? Come on, come on, come on. Does it have to be open? What? What is this? What is this? Oh, weird. Okay, you have to have this open in order to work that. But it's still, so you have to have this piece open. And this opens at the same time. I guess they wanted you to have it in the position. To me, I don't understand why. That is how this, because if you, better explaining, if I close this piece like so, which is how it'll stay in a horizontal space, it closes this hole, which I don't see. I know there's probably an engineering reason as to why. I don't understand what it is. It's kind of weird to me. So we open this up. Now it's opened. I put the screw cover here. I just feel like the screw cover is going to fall out, because now this is going to go, as I mentioned, put the screw in here, right? And then put this above, very carefully line the screw up. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This piece goes right in the back. Kind of hugs the back right here. Kind of hugs it. That's nice. So there you go. Do that first. Don't listen to me. Do that. Take the screw. Put it in there. That lines the screw up right there. Then lines the screw up with the hole pretty well. Yep. And there it is. With these, by the way, make them a little snug. Don't go too crazy on this. I know some people who put way too much torque into this kind of stuff. It is metal on metal. It's not too bad, but you'd hate if you love it in vertical. Which here is how to look in vertical. If you love it in vertical, and you don't want to ever change it, well, you're gonna. If you move it around, I would definitely. If I'm packing this thing up, if I'm moving, if I'm taking it to someone else's house, I'm going to remove this if I did that. And the reason is because those pieces can move. You don't want to break something small like that and have it ruin your console. Now, if you broke that piece, if you broke something like this, where it would no longer be able to thread the screw into the actual console, I don't know if it'd actually do any damage to the console, to the board, or anything like that. I'd have to look and see what's on the back end of that. I believe that's just on the case, on the plastic case. I don't think that has anything to do or any connection to the motherboard. But you would limit yourself because you could break that, damage the console, and then you could only do it in horizontal because this piece obviously shouldn't be breaking if it. But actually, that's another interesting thing. If this is being moved back and forth to different positions. I don't think Sony's going to have something like that, but I wonder if they're going to have some type of not third party, they're going to have some type of extra stand if someone breaks it. I'm guessing they won't because it's such a niche thing. I don't think that they would do it. But yeah, I'm totally excited about it. By the way, where was it? Yeah, the texture that I was talking about earlier, I noticed before. It's on the inside lip, which the camera is totally not going to get this, but the inside of the plates. Actually, let's take this off, and I'll. The camera's not going to get it. Inside of the plates is very tiny texturing in the inner, like I said, the inside. As you look at it, very hidden, but they're little tiny PlayStation symbols, which I think is really cool. That's my lightsaber going off for some reason. I don't know why. Just felt a disturbance in the force there. So now I'm going to remove this screw because mine's going to go in horizontal mode almost exclusively. I don't know why I did that. Don't do what I just did. Make sure this is secure. Don't do what I just did. Make sure your console is secure, not just on the stand, before you do something stupid like that. All right, so mine's, like I said, mine is going in the horizontal position. Let's take out the screw piece, the screw cover holder, screw in the slot, and rotate. Come on. Like I said, sturdy, well done. I also with stuff like this, I try not to give it too much pressure. I had a friend of mine growing up. I can't remember. It was some type of electronics. I can't remember what it was. But he was trying to take off a piece of it, which is kind of similar to the faceplate here, where you kind of have some snaps to it. You know, there's a plastic connector that just snaps right into place. By the way, the screw cover in the back. He was trying to like remove it and ended up like ripping the plastic because you don't need. You need some force, but usually you don't need that much force. It's very specific in exactly how they how they designed it. Similar if you ever opened up an Xbox 360, the outer case that surrounded the shell, if you will, that surrounded the metal cage. There's like a plastic shell, it's two pieces, and popped off. You could easily break the little tabs where it'll go back, but it wouldn't be as secure if you tried to open it again, or if you were just kind of pulling on the plastic. You could see this one pop right back on. I don't feel any looseness on there. By the way, I think if you kept removing them repeatedly, there may be some wear and tear. I'm not going to remove mine a ton, but I am going to remove mine regularly because of the access to the fans. Access to those vacuum ports. I think I'm probably going to remove mine. I don't know, every now and then to vacuum that out, vacuum out the front and back. Just you shouldn't have to worry too much about the exhaust on the top, but I'll probably still do that. Always, it's good to do with any of your electronics like that. If you have a PC and you've never done that, you totally should. Laptops, you can't really do it very easily, so I wouldn't recommend it. With PCs, I totally recommend it though. I did my Xbox One X. I cleaned that one out a little while ago. Probably clean out my PS4 Pro as well, because those are now going in the office. It's a good time while I'm transferring them over. I'm like, yeah, why not vacuum them out? One more thing I want to talk about really quickly on here is a suggestion. Now I'm going to talk. I'll do some other videos and stuff. I have got the PlayStation 5 remote, the media remote. I have not used this, but I didn't realize this until after I purchased it. But if you look here, it has a Netflix button. Come on. I turned off the autofocus. I just realized that. Sorry. It has a Netflix button, a Disney Plus button, a YouTube button, and a Spotify button. I use 3 of those quite a bit. Spotify, I could use more. I'm not against it. I just watch a lot. I listen to a lot of music on YouTube. Spotify obviously is a better place to do that. I just happen to be in YouTube a lot. Disney and Netflix being on here is really cool, giving quick access to those apps. I'm also going to look. I'm curious if you can, if PlayStation will allow. I'm assuming they will not, but I was curious if PlayStation would allow you to remap one of those. Let's say you don't have Disney Plus, but you have Hulu. It'd be nice to be able to launch the Hulu app off that button. If you just remember, obviously it's not going to change what's visible here. But that could be really cool. I don't know if I'm assuming Sony is not letting you have that happen, or not letting that happen. But Netflix and YouTube on there, that's awesome. Disney Plus, let's be honest. There's some money exchanged here, right? Come on, there's some money exchanged. I'll talk about that another time. I did get a charging station as well. This is not like my bragging section, but charging station as well, because I think that'll be convenient. Picked up the 3D Pulse headset. You'll see me and Owen rocking that tonight on the live stream. And the live stream, by the way, we live stream every Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. One thing I wanted to mention before I end this, though, that I think is really important, that anyone who has a PSVR, if you get this or not, anyone who has a PlayStation VR, go on to PlayStation's site. And I'll link this as well in the YouTube video. I'll try to remember to do this on PlayStation as well. Go onto PlayStation and ask for the PSVR conversion cable thing, which is right here. So I a couple weeks ago went on shortly after they launched it, and what this does is this converts the input of the PlayStation VR into USB 3.1, I believe it's 3.1 or 3.0, so that way you can use your PlayStation VR with the PlayStation 5, because it is not compatible without this converter. To me, that tells me it's either one of two things that are happening. Either they want the PlayStation VR ecosystem to continue. That's the case either way. But it may indicate, because they're moving to 3.1, it may indicate that they are working on a PSVR 2. I don't know what they would call it, if they would call it that. It'd be so stupid if they called it PSVR 5. PS5 VR. That may work. PS5 VR. But PSVR 5 would not work. PS5 VR would work. But the fact that they're doing this for free is great. All you have to do, you have to give them the serial number off of your PlayStation VR. So it only works if you have a PlayStation VR. If you're not getting one of these yet, if you don't even know if you're getting one of these, go sign up to get that cable, because they ship it to you for free. Mine took, I want to say, a week or week and a half. I can't remember. But sign up, get it, and then go put this with your PlayStation VR.
Just put it in the box. That's what I'm about to do. I have my PlayStation VR. I've not used it very much at all. I used it a little bit when I got it, and it just became cumbersome. It was in the living room. I know Robert and a few other people have theirs. I liked it, but it was a lot of stuff in the living room. The wife likes to keep that to a minimum clutter. I'm trying to be better about that. I'm terrible, as you guys can tell by my office and everything. Try to keep the clutter to minimum on that. So eventually, I realized that the amount of cables and the amount of stuff just was not. She wasn't digging it. So that got moved into the office. That then got put in the box. So I have the PlayStation VR. It's my long story to say I'll be playing it more because my PS4 Pro will be on the wall now that this has its permanent spot up in the living room. PS5 will be in the living room. PS4 will be here, so I can continue to play PS4 games at either spot. And here's the other cool thing that you probably know, but if you didn't know already, the PS4 can remote play off your PS5. So PS5 in the living room, PS4 in here. The wife wants to play Assassin's Creed on Xbox, no problem. I can pop in here and play PS5 streamed to my PS4 here onto my computer. And that's unique to my setup. Sorry, you could stream PS5 to your PS4 and then output the HDMI is your games. I'm curious how the latency is on that, so I will definitely test that. Playing like Demon Souls or something like that may have a little bit too much latency. But the idea is, if you have a PS4 in one room, PS5 in the other, you can play PS5 games in either one if you're streaming off this hardware. You're letting the hardware do the work, you're letting the video processing, everything happen here. It streams to your other console. PS4 games you can load on here and play them here. You can play them on your PS4 as well. I'll be doing a bunch of tests on this very soon. One other thing I wanted to say, what was it? It was another tip that I was thinking about. I can't remember what it was now. Play your PS4 game, stream your PS5 to your PS4. I can't remember what it was. I'll think about it at another time. But yeah, really hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you get one. Hope everyone gets theirs. Robert saying took about a week for his. Sorry, I thought he meant PS5. Took about a week for the converter. So Robert's right, just ahead of me on that. I did the same thing. But I encourage you, even if you're not getting one of these, if you have no idea when you're getting one, I don't know how long they're going to continue to do this. Maybe the next year, maybe the next 2 years. I don't know. Do it now, so that way you don't have to worry about it later on. Because you never know if they stop doing it. Also, right now you're probably going to get it quicker. If, let's say, they continue to do it for a couple of years. This is just what happens if they continue to do it for a couple of years, but you don't snag yours for another year and a half. They may not be kicking these out as quick because there are not as many people asking for them. So while that seems counterintuitive, they're expecting people to be searching for these and signing up for these right now. So get on that right now. Get it while you can. Get it early, I should say. Get it so it's ready to be used. I mentioned earlier in the stream, but this is very subtle. The USB-C here, and I'll double check the Xbox Series X. I know there's like a remote charge and play kind of stuff. I'm gonna check and see if that's USB-C as well. I prefer to use rechargeable batteries on the Xbox. I use the ones that are specifically made for the Xbox controllers. I have heard, and I'll definitely test this, I've heard the ones in the Xbox One X that work there will also work in your Xbox Series X. I'll test that. But those are charging with a USB micro, similar to the PlayStation 4 controller, and I'd like to move just everything to USB-C. My phones are USB-C. Our phones are USB-C. The PlayStation DualSense is a USB-C. My Chromebook is USB-C. It'll make life easier if everything moves over to that. So I'm hopefully getting everything to move over to that, except for, I guess the office will still have the older consoles, which is fine. I've got older cables that I have ready here. That means that I'll only have one thing that I use day to day, every single day, that doesn't use USB-C, and that's my Kindle Paperwhite. But that thing, it goes like a week or so without having to recharge the battery, so I can't really complain. But overall, This thing's pretty. It's giant. I know some people will probably not like the size. Make sure if you do get one. Owen sent me a picture of his in its case. In the entertainment center. Mine is going on top of the entertainment center, and the reason for that is the wife wanted a smaller entertainment center. She wanted it to look to make the room not make the room feel as small. She chose a smaller entertainment center. Consoles have been on top of the entertainment center anyways because of ventilation. So make sure that you if you have this in an entertainment center, make sure you have enough room for these fans over here and the fans back here. So the fans, those are your spots. This is your air intake is here, if I'm not mistaken. That's your air intake. You need to make sure you have enough room here. Don't obviously have that. You probably wouldn't have this shoved too close to the back. You'll have some ventilation because you've got ports here you need to have cables in. But this is your exhaust. Actually, it is all up here, and on the bottom, that's your exhaust, right? So that means that your cool air is coming in here. It's exhausting out here. So if you can put this as snug as you can, if you have limited space, make this as snug as you can, so that way it can take cool air in, push hot air out, and preferably if you have an open back to your entertainment center, or have a whole air vent to pull out hot air. You'd want to pull out hot air this way. You want to pull in cool air this way. So if you are like one, I've got a friend of mine who did this. He has two fans in the back in his entertainment center. Shout out to Aaron on that. So if you were going to go above and beyond, be extra like him, you would put a fan that blew air in here and blew out here, because the hot air is coming here. So that way you slide this into your entertainment center. You don't have to worry about ventilation. I would leave, if I were you, I'd leave a good 4 inches or so over here and make this flush. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that. That's not an air vent, right? I wouldn't chance it actually. I'd leave about an inch here. I would leave as much as you can here to get the cold air inside, and let this push out. This is going to push out here, and it's going to push out a little bit here, which is good, because if you have it in an entertainment center, you're going to want to make sure you have the ventilation. I know that sounds really nerdy and weird to say, but ventilation is really important on these. You do not want them to overheat. I've seen people with an Xbox and other things. They had it in an entertainment center that closed up, literally completely closed, and the back did not have good ventilation, and they baked their Xbox One X. It didn't permanently damage it, but it did shut off, and it said, hey, it's overheated. So you don't want to do that. Cool. So Michael said new Xbox controller is with a charge. Is it charge kit? Charge lit. Sorry, the monitor's kind of far away. USB-C. So I'm assuming that's a new charge kit for the Xbox, new Xbox controller. Because it takes AA's, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have that soon to talk about. But if the kit is USB-C, I will buy a new kit, so that way everything is USB-C in my living room, in my life. That's gonna make everything real easy. When I travel, I can just grab a bunch of USB. My Switch is USB-C. Phones are USB-C. To not have to bring, I'm still gonna bring quite a bit of cords. All right, cool. You meant kit. It's cool, Robert. So I'm still going to bring a multiple cords with me, but if I travel, like I'm traveling for Christmas, it's nice to be able to, it's nice to not have to worry about, where's the lightning cable, where's the USB micro, where's the, that's the other thing in my day-to-day life is my AirPods. My AirPods still that lightning port. Is that lightning? Robert's probably laughing at me in the comments. I had an iPhone. For years and switched to Android. I may switch back at some point. They're both fine. They're different. They both do well, but that is still obviously not USB-C. Apple needs to move to that with the AirPods. It'd just be so much easier. I did see someone sells like a little converter. But I'm like, I don't want another cable. Like, the whole point is I want one cable. I want USB-C across the board. So anyways, it's still Lightning. Yeah, that's what I thought it was called. I couldn't remember offhand, but it's still Lightning there. I wonder if anyone sells a third-party case that's USB-C. Obviously, Apple employees would not condone that. I don't think you void your warranty or anything like that. But yeah, everyone wants USB-C. Robert in the comments saying, yeah, that's what everyone wants. Seriously, USB-C here. USB-C for a lot of laptops are USB-C now. Like I mentioned my Chromebook. This is just bring everything to USB-C. It's so much quicker. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you laughed with me and seeing my stupid struggles of doing things that a normal human being shouldn't take too long to do. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. If you have any questions on the PS5, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos talking about PS5, talking about the Xbox Series X, doing comparisons of different things like storage tips, how to stream, like which one's better, how do they differ in the UI, how do they differ when it comes to hardware. It's not going to be it's going to be technical, but it'll be something that anyone can watch. So let me know in the comments if there's something you're curious about with the PS5, curious about with the Xbox. Are you curious about the design? Curious why it's so big? Are you curious why they're such different shapes? Are you curious about tips and tricks about playing PS4 games or Xbox games on your next-gen consoles? Anything like that, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll answer them in future videos on the LAN Cave. So see you guys later.